What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Jade Farrar for the Jade Farrar Show, and it's been a little minute, guys. Thank you for being with me once again. I thought I'd try something a bit different today, because I've been gone for a little while, and there's been a few news stories in the disability media that have come up, particularly for New Zealand, recently, and I wanted to share those with you. One of the first ones is a news story that's close to my heart, and it's the DSS sector transformation. And I've got this story from the Enabling Good Lives website at enablingoodlives.co.nz, and I'll leave a link to all the articles down below. Essentially, Cabinet has agreed to look at the transformation of the disability system. The new system will include access to independent facilitation to assist people to be aspirational and feel connected to their communities, a strengths-based assessment process. Now, just to explain this a little bit, this would mean the assessment process would be based on a person's dreams, a person's goals, rather than simply providing funding to supplement their impairment. It's also based on a personal budget for disability support made up of funding from multiple government agencies. Now, this is really important, and another way to look at this is a pooled budget. What currently happens is you need to explain your situation and apply for funding from multiple different government agencies. Enabling Good Lives seeks to make that happen. Well, not make that happen, but make the process easier and have it be a one conversation, one plan type process. Flexibility and choice about how to use the personal budget, and a range of options to assist its management. So I've had a couple of conversations about this in my work, and it might be better if I just talk about what I'd like to see. What I'd like to see is a situation where disabled people and their families simply get to use the money as they see fit. This is currently not happening in any of the projects and demonstrations that I know of around New Zealand. Enabling Good Lives, Waikato and Christchurch certainly have a level of flexibility that is to be celebrated, but there still are some very stringent criteria and hoops to jump through in order to spend your money. Capacity building opportunities for disabled people and their families. This is important, because it's one thing to have control over your support funds or control over funding in general. It's another thing entirely to be informed and supported to know how to spend that money most effectively. And what I like about this component in particular is that in certain situations that I'm aware of, disabled people and their families actually ended up spending less money because they were able to spend their money more effectively. Now, I have to say, for me personally, and all the consulting I've done around EGL, it's certainly not a goal of mine to see anybody spend less money. Funding is certainly one way to look at it, but what I'd like to see is that families were able to spend the same amount of money for exponential results in their own life. Basically, what I want to say about Enabling Good Lives is that it is good. It's been widely consulted on by the Enabling Good Lives leadership group, the Christchurch leadership group, the Waikato leadership group, and the Disability Action Plan working group. So there are a lot of people that have got eyes on this. The other really cool story I found, and this is about the only article I have right now about it is that Fiji is looking to ratify the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. So this is quite awesome, and from what I can tell, the Fiji government plans to this week recommend that Parliament ratifies the International Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The Fiji Sun reports that the Attorney General announced this at a meeting with the National Council for Disabled Persons on Friday. Parties to the convention are required to promote, protect and ensure full human rights and equality under the law for people with disabilities. Now, I'm excited about this. I'm really excited about this because New Zealand has this, and you know, we're a fairly first world type country, and this is one of the first examples I'm aware of, and feel free to correct me down below, but this is one of the first examples that I'm aware of where the Pacific Islands are getting involved. I think I canvassed this with Rarotonga on a trip a couple of years ago when I went, and they hadn't heard of the convention, and largely disabled people were in day programs there. So this is really exciting because day programs have a place, of course, but my personal preference would be that disabled people have full autonomy and connection with their communities. So I'm stoked for Fiji around this. Thank you so much, Fiji. Thank you for the members of the National Council for Disabled Persons for working on this. It doesn't mention it, but I'm sure it was your advocacy that led to a decision like this. Being of Pacific Island descent myself, this is really exciting, and this story in particular I thought people should really know about because I think it's one of those that could get swept under the rug. It certainly wouldn't be reported by 3 News here in New Zealand. So this is great. If I haven't said that already, good for you, Fiji, and yeah, really excited to see the progress on this. I'd be super stoked as well to ensure that they have the optional protocol around this as well to be able to lay complaints with Geneva. And my final story, I don't need a window for this, but I just want to mention that a good friend of mine, Jordan Milroy, is on a mission to develop a documentary interviewing people with cerebral palsy from all around the world. And I just want to be able to use my platform to let you guys know that Jordan is working on that. I've offered my support to Jordan, completely up to him if he takes me up on that. If you look in the top right hand corner or left for me, I've left a link to a video that I did with Jordan recently, interviewing him ahead of his final tower climb. Obviously, by saying it's a documentary, Jordan intends to film this, and I think he's just looking for as much support as he can possibly get around logistics, obviously funding, and just being able to achieve the goal overall. There will be so many elements to this that Jordan possibly hasn't considered yet, and obviously I haven't either. So if you feel that you could add some value to Jordan's documentary project, I'll leave a link to his Facebook down below, and you can offer your support to Jordan through that. Anyway guys, that will do it for today's video. It's a bit different. Let me know if it's interesting. I don't know if I'm good at this news reporting thing. If I'm not so good at it, leave a comment down below. You can hit the dislike button as well. But if you did think I was good at this and you want to see me do more, feel free to leave a like and also a comment telling me that. But before I go, guys, there's one thing I want to do. I just want to let you guys know that I'm collaborating with a YouTuber by the name of Samantha Hosh. She's from Minnesota, and I'm really excited that she's also promoting my channel where she's from. And I just want to take a moment to ask you if you could please click on the bubble that's somewhere around here. I'll leave it there. Click on that bubble, subscribe to Samantha, leave a comment on her most recent video letting her know that I sent you there, and let's see if we can't build the most amazing community of disabled YouTubers that there has ever been. But anyway, guys, thank you for being loyal followers, thank you for being a part of the journey, thank you for being a part of the channel, and we'll definitely see you in the next one.